Welcome, everybody, to the Fighting's Final. I'm your host, Mike Laro, and guys, yes, it was the Phils tonight over those Atlanta Braves. That's right, they even up the series 4-3 as we have a couple long balls that propel this Phillies team to their 8th win of the season. It was not pretty, folks. Very early on, top of the lineup. We're going to get into that. Alec Bohm needs to be removed out of the top of the lineup. I'm sorry. I'm going to touch on this as we're going forward. 0 for 5 tonight, 4 strikeouts. He does not deserve to be in the top 6 or 7. You can put him 7th right now. He needs to go down the bottom of the lineup. I don't want to see him up there anymore until he gets his head straight. He was bad. Trey Turner early on. I know he got the game-winning home run in the 9th inning. We're going to go through that in just a moment, guys. But the Phils do win 4-3 down there in Atlanta. So they tie the series up, and they will be getting ready to go tomorrow to see if they can take this series from Atlanta before they move on to St. Louis. But just a real quick, guys, coming up right after this, that's right, it's our boy Matty B. He will be talking today's Philly sports news and everything else. So make sure you stay tuned for Matty B, the final word. He will be following us after this. I want to give first shout outs, and I know the guy's been killed, but Taijuan Walker, another good start for Taijuan Walker. He goes 4 2/3 today. Gives up 5 hits. He strikes out 5, walks 3, but no runs. This is the second game now in a row that Taijuan Walker has not given up any runs. So maybe he's starting to come out of his shell a little bit. Maybe he's doing a little bit better. I'll tell you what, not a big fan of the umpire tonight for both sides. His strike zone was all over the place. Definitely was not a good night for pitchers. I felt he was squeezed. He was squeezing both starting pitchers in this game. But definitely, I want to give kudos to Taijuan Walker. He did have a pretty good night. He did throw a little bit more tonight. He went a little bit further in this game than he did his last game. Not so much as inning-wise, but pitch-wise. So to me, it's looking really, really good with him going forward right now. Guys, I see the comments. I see you guys. I see you guys lighting up, man. I see you guys lighting up, and I will definitely be getting to your comments. Let's get over to it right now. Guys, this game would be scoreless until the top of the 6th inning, when Bryson Stott would single in Max Kepler. I thought Kepler had a really good game at the plate tonight. He had a couple hits, was on base. He would single. Bryson Stott would single him in. The Phillies would go up 1-0, but that would be short-lived because in the bottom of the 6th inning, it would be Murphy would get brought in by Arcia, and it would be the Braves would go on and score 2 in the bottom there. Arcia would single in Murphy to tie the game at 1, and then shortly right after that, Harris would do a sac fly, and Jason Kelenic would score, putting the Braves up 2-1. That would stay there till probably the next half inning. Top of the 7th, Bryce Harper, 2-run shot. Kyle Schwarber would have drawn a walk leading up to that. He goes to just off right center field almost down there in Truist Park. He puts it over the fence. Phillies go up to 3-2, and then our old nemesis, that's right, Austin Riley, the guy who kills the Phillies more than anybody in that lineup. He goes deep in the bottom of the 7th, tying the game at 3. It would stay like that until the top of the 9th, when Trey Turner off of Iglesias would take Iglesias deep and put the Phillies up 4-3. A little bit of a shaky 9th inning for Alvarado, but he does get the job done as he strikes out Sean Murphy, and that would preserve your game right now. It would preserve it as the Phillies would hold off 4-3. I'm going to get to some of your comments right now, guys, because I see you guys are starting to light up the comment board, and it's bringing a tear to my eye. Mike Papernick checking in says Marsh has to go. I agree with you. I don't think about has to go, but they definitely got to start platooning him again, and he's going to have to be the platoon guy. He can't be in there every day. Joe Hale says great win. Mike Pappernick checking in says also Taiwan was pitching a good game, and the bubbling fool pulls him without giving up any runs. I don't blame Mike. I agree that he was pitching a good game, but you were starting to see he was starting to get up there. He was getting up there in the pitch count. I don't blame Thompson for pulling him when he did. I mean, Schnicker pulled Holmes the same time. I mean, they both got pulled in the same inning. Trey Turner with a huge homer. It was a huge homer, although I will get on Trey. If you watch his first two at bats, they were abysmal. I felt like the Phillies were not patient at the plate against Holmes today. I mean, the guy walked just as many as he struck out going into this game, and you could see just from his line. I mean, he walks 4 guys. He walked 4, struck out 6. And I'm sorry, to me, I don't feel like the Phillies were patient enough with him. And these guys were swinging at some stuff. Boom. Trey Turner early on in this game was swung at some abysmal balls that were definitely outside the strike zone. He says, love the intensity from Harper, says Joe. Love the hustle from Kapler. My man, Uncle Steve, checking in. He says, man, this team is mediocre. I don't know about that. I don't know about that, Steve. I can't say that they're mediocre. They just smacked the Dodgers around 2 out of 3 and technically should have swept the Dodgers. And I think the Dodgers are the best team in the National League. Big Al Safiri checking in. He says, Bone batting 7th now. Al, I opened the show with that. There's no way he can be within the top 6 in this lineup. There is no way right now. He is just bad. At the plate. Glove-wise, I still feel like he's pretty good, man. Harper played as hungry as Pat at the buffet at the Blue Oyster. If you guys don't know that reference, May the 4th, make sure you tune in. The return of P&M in the AM, along with myself, Big Al, and Pat Bernard. You will see what we're talking about there. If you haven't, you're missing out on a good thing. Sundays will never be the same on It's a Wrap Sports now that we are coming back. Mike Foods checking in. He says, better to be lucky than good. Go Fightins. Walker pitching well. I'm not popping the cork yet, but it's a definite bright spot. I think so too, Al. If we could get the Taiwan Walker that was with the last year of the Mets in this rotation until Ranger Suarez comes back, Phillies are going to be a tough out. That's all I'm going to say. If you can get me the Taiwan Walker that was within, that played the last year with the Mets. That dude was an innings eater, man. He was an innings eater. But again, the thing is really starting to get me. It says, Mike Pappernick says, Marsh, Bohm, Stott, I wouldn't mind any of them. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that either. Mike, I'm definitely, I would like to see what happens with that. Clearly, right now, Bohm is in his own head. He's clearly in his own head. And I'll tell you what, looking at it tonight, you could just say, like that last at bat that he did, that ball was right down the plate, and he's looking at the umpire, getting ready to argue the call with the umpire. I mean, the ball was clearly on the outer half of the plate. That's a ball that if Alec Bohm is going right, he's driving to right center field and hitting doubles. He's not seeing the ball clearly right now. Al saying this bullpen needs help. I would definitely like. I would love to see them bring up Mick Abel, throw him in the pen. Let's get some other arms in there. I am over the Romano experiment. I feel like no matter what he does, Joe Walker wasn't bad, or Joe Ross isn't a bad guy. Again, he's another guy that was low risk, high reward kind of signing for the Phillies. So, but I would really stop and think about it if you really take a look at it, because if Milwaukee let this guy walk, that's saying something, because Milwaukee really needed bullpen help and they let this guy walk. So I thought it was a good signing. When we when we had our Fightins final, and we talked about this. When we had our pre-show, I talked about it. I thought it was a good signing. I thought Romero could be good too, but it's just showing right now that Romero doesn't have full confidence in his stuff, and his velocity is definitely not there. And to be honest with you, I don't want to burn out Alvarado. You got to keep going to him. But I can't believe I'm saying this, but I mean, I think the Phillies are really missing Jeff Hoffman this year. They really are, man. Ricky is watching. Well, Rick, welcome. Mike saying the bullpen needs big help. I think they do too, Mike. I'm wondering, does an Alec Bohm trade bring a couple arms that we need? I mean, we have a third baseman. You can plug in Amundo Sosa. I don't think it's going to be much. I really don't. I really don't know. I would love to see them bring up Mick Abel and let him give it a chance. It's time to take the training wheels off of him. Bring him up to the big club. Even if he's not, put him out of the pen and see what you got. You never know. You may have your next closer sitting down in Lehigh Valley right now. So bring him up. I mean, what's it going to hurt to bring this kid up? It's time to take the training wheels off of him. He says, we are such an awesome 2019 team. I don't know about an awesome 19 team. I mean, give and take. I mean, the Phillies are playing who they're playing, and the best team they played so far, they took 2 out of 3 from. That's the only thing. Mike Papernick saying Romano's still on this team. F my life. He says bring up Crawford and Abel. I'll tell you what, if Crawford keeps playing the way he's playing, he's making a case to come up here. He really is. And again, if that becomes the case, now you got trade pieces. You have a guy like Rojas, who's a really good defensive player. You can probably get a mid-level, prospect back for him. You're not going to get nothing for Marsh, I don't think. I think Marsh would have to be thrown in with like a Alec Bohm deal to go out and get yourself a guy that can come out of the bullpen now. That could happen. And I could see the Phillies hopefully maybe doing that if they can't. But, I mean, to me, guys, this whole thing that has been this whole thing with these guys this year is just with Alec Bohm right now, the way he's playing, something's got to give, okay? Something has got to give. And, guys, I am only going probably another 7 minutes or so. Please don't take my head off, but we have Matty B. He is waiting probably anxiously to begin his show, which is following me right here. Here on It's a Wrap. He says, throw Embiid into a trade. Steve, I don't even want to hear that. I've been talking about trading Embiid for the last 2.5 years. That clown. But we can catch more about that when we start doing P&M and the A. And speaking of that, hey, where'd it go? There it is. There is the official release. That's right. Me and Pat and Al are back at it again, and this is what usually happens on Sunday morning. Pat usually says something, and I usually have my hands around his throat ready to choke him. So, yeah, make sure you guys tune in. May the 4th. That's right. May the 4th be with you. We will be on at 9 a.m. sharp in the morning, guys. Make sure you check us out. And, of course, you have Pat right now up until May 4th. He will be hosting the wraparound as he's filling in for our guy, Sal. So he is at Sundays at 9 a.m. up until May 4th, and then the wraparound will probably be returned to its normal Monday night slot. And, of course, guys, one of the newest shows, that's right, Attacking in the Third with Steve Fuentes and Pat Bernard right here Thursday nights. Make sure you check them out. And like I said, The Godfather, that's right, the Godfather of Mayfair, Matty B, the final word. He will be following me just in about 15 minutes or so right here on It's a Wrap Sportsnet. And guys, to finish out this Brave series, that's right, our man Sal G, that's right, he will be taking you through the ins and outs of the game tomorrow night following this game. So make sure you guys are here to give Sal a little love and support. But guys, real quick, let's round the bases. Alrighty, guys. Earlier today in Pittsburgh, it was the Pirates beating the St. Louis Cardinals 2-1. It was also the New York Yankees beating the Detroit Tigers 4-3. It was the Marlins shutting out the Mets 5-0. The Rangers beat the Cubs 6-2 in Chi-Town. The Padres beat up on the Sacramento Athletics 2-1. It was the Diamondbacks in Arizona shutting out the Baltimore Orioles 9-0. Big offensive game in San Francisco today as the Reds and Giants got together. The Giants topped the Reds 8-6. It was the Dodgers holding on for dear life to beat the Nationals 6-5. This game was a 5-0 game at one point in time. Nationals came back and made it a game of it. It was the Mariners walking off today against the Houston Astros 7-6. And the Cleveland Guardians beat the Chicago White Sox 3-2 in Cleveland. It was the Toronto Blue Jays beating the Boston Red Sox 2-1. It was the Tampa Bay Rays also playing in a minor league stadium, beating the Anaheim Angels 5-4. Phillies beat the Braves 4-3, as we just here talking about. The Twins shut out the Royals 4-0. And right now in the top of the seventh in Colorado, it is the Brewers 10, the Rockies 2. The wind must be blowing out there in Coors Field. So that is your up-to-the-minute scoreboard. Again, guys, Phillies win. Steve's saying Mike is still batting 1,000. I believe so, Steve. I'm actually going to go back here and just check my notes real quick. I believe this is only my second game, so I am a 2-0 so far. I haven't done as many games, but yeah, I'm 2-0 so far. So hey, I can't wait. And Mike, already knowing about our Sunday shenanigans, more spaghetti talk. Well, that's Pat. It's Pasta Pat. That's his nickname. We affectionately call him. So, guys, I thank you again for tuning in. Phil's win 4-3, guys. 4-3. Oh, wait a minute. I got one more. Joe Hale says JT had a good game. He had an okay game. He had a couple of hard hit balls, which is a good sign to see. He's starting to kind of measure it up there a little bit. But again, guys, just to be on the safe side here, don't forget, like I said, tomorrow Sal G's got you covered in this finale. Then the Phillies have an off day, or I'm sorry, they continue their road trip in St. Louis. I will have Sunday's game, so be on the lookout. That should be up tomorrow. Mike Papernick saying, good show. Thank you very much. Guys, give all your attention coming up to the one and only Matty B. That's right. The wraparound is coming up next. I am Mike Lauro, and thank you so much for joining us. Go Phils. Tomorrow, Phils win tonight 4-3. Let's take game 3 in Atlanta, and I will see you guys Sunday.